Glad to have your company. I'm Nana Akua. This is GB News. We are the People's Channel. But there's always something going on in the royal household, and this week has been no different. And every Saturday, I love to give you a rundown. And who better to do so than royal biographer Angela Levin. Angela, welcome. Really good to talk to you.
Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is a figure who evokes strong opinions. Her journey from Hollywood actress to a member of the British royal family has been under constant scrutiny. Recent reports suggest that Meghan might be harbouring regrets about her past actions and their impact on the royal family. These regrets, if true, carry immense significance, potentially influencing the already strained relationship between the Sussexes and the royal family. Meghan's explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021 sent shockwaves through the monarchy.
So it's been 2 years since the death of our late Queen.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? It seems to have gone past very quickly, but also very slowly. And I remember that just before she died, she was very, very unhappy and very much in pain. But Prince Charles, as he was then, made her come to the balcony, to the Jubilee, because he said that there were loads and loads of people, and she thought that they would be against her, but they weren't. And she did get dressed in green, and she came along, and that made her very happy. It was very sweet, I think, as did the drink with the Paddington Bear tea, which she did despite feeling in enormous pain. They both had honey on their bread. She had her handbag and he spilt the cup, and it was just very funny. It was one of the nicest things of the whole thing, and that was lovely. So it was a shame that the two people who did upset her very much was Harry and Meghan, ringing her, being unkind, doing films and books that were very unkind, and she'd lost her husband nearly 2 years ago before, so she really sank after that because they'd been so close, and you could see it happening. And I think it was very cruel because they knew that she had cancer of the bones. And
do we know that they definitely knew?
Yes, because all the royal family were told about it well before. They didn't leak it, but they did know it, and a little courtesy would have been accepted.
Her claims of racism and lack of support from the institution were met with mixed reactions. Some praised her bravery, while others, myself included, questioned the timing and veracity of her statements. The interview undoubtedly damaged the royal family's reputation and created a deep rift. Furthermore, Meghan's 2022 interview with The Cut further fueled the fire. Her comments about life in the UK and her relationship with the royal family were perceived by many as insensitive and disrespectful.
Well, I thought it was old age that she died of ultimately.
No.
So it was definitely that?
Yes, it was definitely that.
Oh.
The old age didn't help. I mean, my goodness. I think she just got very fed up with the whole thing. She couldn't manage it.
Well, you'd lose the will to live, I suppose, in the end, all the horribleness that had happened over the last few years, especially the issues with Harry and Meghan, which really could not have helped at all.
No, they didn't help her. She was very, very unhappy, and that's why Prince William, of course, is very annoyed. That's one of the reasons. But what's nice...
Harry wants an apology.
Yeah, yes, you won't get it.
How can you forget all of that and what the pressure that would have put on the Queen, and then they'd still be demanding some sort of...
But if you're only focusing on yourself, then that's very easy. You know, you wipe out other people's issues. But what's very nice is that there's going to be an enormous garden for the Queen that's going to be ready in 2026. I have pictures on there. I hope you have them. And on Tuesday, they'd put in 300 plants, 300 flowers, to see that, to show what they're going to put. It'll be free to go in there, and it'll be absolutely beautiful, really, to see.
That's lovely. So where will it be?
In is this St John's Wood?
Oh, so near St James's Park?
Yes, no, not near St James's Park. Near Swiss Cottage and Finchley.
So central London, around
central London, and it'll be absolutely lovely. And they're trying an example of making these plants with earth and concrete.
That's lovely.
Actually, there's a new way of doing it.
We should do a video, you and me, Angela. We should go and visit it and do what little thing for GB News.
Well, I'm the first one who's got it. I managed to find out about it, and they sent me the pictures. No one else has got them. And I said that I'd like to follow it every so often to see how it's coming along without anybody else. And they said, actually, that is so exciting, thank you. So if you want to come with me,
I would love to. We'll do
that's
it.
lovely. These ones are not actually her favourite, the Queen's favourite, because they want to test on what's going on. But it will be by 2026.
Now, what about this story? Friends and those close to Meghan have said that on her behalf, that she regrets how she exited the royal family.
These interviews, meant to offer her perspective, instead ignited a media frenzy and exacerbated tensions. It is crucial to acknowledge the gravity of Meghan's actions. Her words have had far-reaching consequences, impacting not just her life, but also the lives of those within and associated with the royal family. The question remains whether these reported regrets signify genuine remorse or a calculated attempt at damage control. The Oprah interview in 2021 marked a turning point in Meghan's relationship with the royal family. Her allegations of racism, specifically regarding concerns about Archie's skin tone, sent shockwaves across the globe. The interview, watched by millions, painted a picture of an uncaring and out-of-touch institution. The fallout was immediate and severe, with the royal family facing intense public scrutiny and criticism. Adding fuel to the fire was Meghan's 2022 interview with The Cut.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
how much credibility can we have?
Grazia magazine said she deeply regrets how she behaved towards the royals, and she's very sorry about saying that they were racist. Now,
Wow, that's an actual admission, those
that's
words?
an actual admission, yes, in quotes, but I don't know if I believe it. And I couldn't get through to them to answer. They wouldn't answer that question. And but in any case, it's much too late, isn't it? Everybody's learnt that that was nonsense, and it's no longer listened to. But it was very, very cruel. And I think the Queen, who'd heard that, was very painful for her, because the one thing she wasn't was racist in any way or any form.
Well, obviously, Meghan isn't here to defend herself on that, and the magazine you couldn't speak to confirm that is a true thing. But it is interesting that something like
but what is true about Meghan is that her trademark has been refused. They think it's been very carelessly done, and this America Riviera orchard, which you like saying so much, and I always I can't remember, she's not allowed to use that because a part of the area is that, and she can't own an area. It's not accepted. So it's very interesting that they think it's been done very carelessly. And you'd think that when you want to do such a big deal, you start with doing that first, and then you send 50 jam jars away. But you don't do it before you've got everything sorted.
Never do that.
No.
Now, what about this? This is a big story, I think. Harry being dropped out of the councillors of state, which means that for the first time he can't actually take over paperwork or take over a visit for the king, so he can't.
This is absolutely true, because it's up on the royal website, and he dropped out of the councillors of state, and they're the people.
He's been dropped. He didn't drop out. They dropped him.
No, they dropped him because they come in if you need papers signed, or if you need something to be somewhere, if they're not well or they're out of the country. So far, we've seen, despite the King's illness, and he's getting much better, the Queen said, yes, that, he's not needed anybody. But this is true, and it's approved by Parliament, and that's it. Now, the interesting thing is that Beatrice has gone on at the last one. It's always to do with hierarchy. So they've done all the hierarchy, but no sign of Harry. And this is, I think, their slow way.
Her comments about her time in the UK, including feeling like she was treated like a black woman only after she started dating Harry, further inflamed tensions. The interview was widely perceived as an attack on the royal family and the British public. These interviews, while intending to share Meghan's experiences, ultimately deepened the divide between the Sussexes and the royal family. They created a narrative of us versus them, making reconciliation seem like a distant possibility. The damage, in the eyes of many, was irreparable. Public reaction to Meghan's interviews and subsequent actions has been divided. While some applaud her courage in speaking out against perceived injustices, others view her actions as a betrayal of the royal family.
Of actually pushing him out, because he wants to have a home here in Windsor, and that would mean he could be a Councillor of State, because you have to have a home in this country.
Yes,
but now, even if he gets it, he won't be on the list.
This is very slowly.
It's very sad. It's very, yes.
Yeah.
Quietly, they haven't said anything, they don't argue with him, they just get on. And a lot of them are very busy and doing all sorts of things, and they don't actually get too upset, because I think you have to close your mind about it. And let's hope he'll learn. He's 40 on the 15th of September, so he should get a load of money from the late Queen Mother, and so perhaps he'll be a nicer man.
The accusations of racism, in particular, sparked a heated debate about race and privilege within British society. Within the royal family, the impact of Meghan's words has been profound. Queen Elizabeth II, known for her unwavering commitment to duty and discretion, was said to be deeply saddened by the allegations. The rift between Prince Harry and Prince William, once inseparable brothers, deepened with little sign of reconciliation. The Queen's passing in 2022 cast a long shadow over the royal family. Many hoped it might prompt a reconciliation between the brothers, but the wounds run deep. Meghan's absence from the Queen's deathbed and the subsequent funeral only added to the speculation and scrutiny surrounding her relationship with the royal family. The consequences of Meghan's actions continue to reverberate. Her relationship with the royal family remains strained, with little public interaction between them. The British public, once enamoured by the fairy tale romance of Harry and Meghan, is now more sceptical. Recent incidents, such as Meghan's tense interview with CBS in July 2024 and the rejection of her trademark application for American Riviera Orchard, have only added to the negative press. These incidents, however minor, are often used to reinforce the narrative of Meghan as a divisive figure. The future remains uncertain. Whether Meghan's reported regrets are genuine or a calculated PR move is debatable. What is clear is that her actions have had a lasting impact on the royal family and her own public image. Only time will tell if reconciliation is possible or if the rift will continue to widen.